Welcome to Art History with Jackie. This week is going to look a little different. Rather than looking at the history of a medium or artist, we are going to look at the history of a process, the process of painting with music. The visual arts have always been influenced by music, and vice versa. The environment we experience influences our creative process. When we experience variations in lighting, smells, and sounds, they evoke different feelings in us. We then turn these sensory experiences into our creativity. Music and art are similar in that they are often affected by societal pressures, such as political movements, or technological advancements, such as mass manufacturing. In addition to these muses, visual art and music are aligned in the way that their movements are titled. For example, mannerism can apply to both a style of painting and a style of music. One could imagine a mannerist painter listening to music from the time, in turn being influenced to embed the movement's characteristic sense of distortion into his or her piece. Have a look at this piece, Madonna with the Long Neck by Parmigianino. The elongated limbs in this piece are manipulated to the point of distortion, much like the warped, distorted quality of mannerist music. In particular, the late 19th century to the middle of the 20th century, artists strove to develop strong connections between their works and music. They strained to evoke music's rhythms, structures, and tones. Abstract expressionist Jackson Pollock and Cubist painter Stuart Davis openly embraced jazz music among their artistic influences. Andy Warhol was deeply influenced by the rock band Velvet Underground. He even went on to become their manager. Russian painter Vasily Kandinsky is well known for his painted interpretations of music. He believed that art should exist as a kind of frozen music, invoking a physical effect and an inner resonance. Kandinsky believed that color could instigate in its observer a specific emotion, much like music does. Kandinsky was a particular case, as we now suspect he was a chromesthesia synesthete. This means that he would experience the sensation of perceiving a color upon hearing specific pitches or timbres in music. Another synesthetic artist is Vincent Van Gogh. Van Gogh took up the piano in 1885, but he struggled to learn the instrument because each note evoked a different color in his mind, and he found the experience to be overwhelming. Artist Christina Eve has synesthesia, and she has broken down her process of creating art from music that she hears. She translates what she hears into a visible form so that others can see the beauty of sound. All of her artwork begins with a song that she's fallen in love with. She then puts this song on loop and listens and watches to see what shapes and colors appear. She pulls out corresponding bottles of ink and spills them onto a canvas. She blows air on the color, creating contrast of light to dark, and forming the ink into shapes with palette knives and sponges. She believes that much of the imagery she sees when listening to music can also communicate other invisible concepts, such as joy or despair. Some sounds produce a distinct type of evocative imagery, and these visuals are able to depict difficult ideas and emotions that might be too elusive to verbally express. Today, we will be working with DJ J. Ray and artist Vanessa Kroom, who often work together. DJ J. Ray will play, and Vanessa will paint whatever his music inspires her to imagine. Jay and Vanessa are here today to follow that same process with you. Music has the power to evoke strong emotions and imagery in us. Use DJ J. Ray's music to influence your work this afternoon. Thanks.